Hey guys! First of all, I'm super excited to make these videos to teach you guys how to crochet. I figure what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you the stitches as we make the octopus. I think that'll just be a fun way to bring it all together and teach you what you need to know to make this fun craft. I have my little friend here. This is the first that I made. His name is Ocho, and he's a little bit, I didn't quite follow the instructions clearly when I was making him. I didn't understand everything that I needed to know when I made him, so his head is a little bit smaller than it should be, and his tentacles are a little askew. But we are going to make an octopus that is going to be beautiful and immaculate, and it's going to be super fun. So, first, what I'm going to show you is this technique, I guess, called the magic circle. And this is what we're going to use to make the top of our octopus's head, so that it's got a closed circle at the top of his head. So, what you're going to do is you're going to take your yarn, and you're going to have the end of your yarn to the left, in your left hand. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull a piece just over your hand like this, and then loop another part of the yarn over into an X over your two fingers. And then I like to just hold it, the rest of it right there, while I work with it. So this is how we're going to start the magic circle. What you're going to do is you're going to take your hook, fun little crochet hook there, and slide it under this part of the X, and then hook the other side. We're going to pull it through like that, and then we're going to turn the hook towards you, and then grab this piece of the yarn, just hook it, and pull it through. Okay, so then you have this circle. And the fun thing about this circle is that it can get bigger or smaller if you pull on the end. So you've got the end of your yarn right here. If I pull it, it gets smaller. And I'll just pull that right back out. So I've got a nice big circle to work with. And here, let me show you that again. So I'm just going to take my hook out and pull, and it comes apart. All right, so this, again, is the beginning of the magic circle. End of the yarn, left hand, and you want to loop it around to make an X, and then just hold on to it there. Okay, so you got your X, and the end of the yarn is right there. So you slide it under, hook, and pull it out. And then turn it towards you, and then hook right here, and pull it through. Oop. Okay, so, and if you end up pulling your hook out of the circle, usually the circle will stay in shape, like this part right here, and so you can just insert your hook back in. So I'm going to pull this out a little bit so I have a bit of a bigger circle to work with, and I'm going to unwine the end from the circle. It kind of gets tangled up. Not tangled, but just, it's hard to do this when I'm looking at the camera. Okay, so we've got our circle. We've got our magic circle, sort of, at the beginnings of it. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to work 6 single crochets into this circle, and this is going to be fun. And what you want to do is you want to go over both the end of the yarn and the circle, and I'll show you what that looks like in here in just a second. So I'm going to pull this here, and one thing is that this this first stitch that we're going to do, this first single crochet, we want it to be kind of loose, and you'll understand why here in a second. So to do the first single crochet, we take our hook and we bring it under the loop, and then what we do is we call yarn over. So you take your yarn that's attached to your ball, and you yarn over, you pull it over the hook, and it's in the hook part. Then you bring it under, and you want to keep this part from going all the way through. So you want to kind of keep it level. And then you yarn over again, and you pull it through this first loop that you made. Okay. And then you yarn over once more and pull it through both loops. And we don't want to pull it super tight because of what we're doing later. So there we have our first single crochet, and you can kind of, you know, scooch it over so that it's nice and put together right down there. And then we're just going to keep going. So that's the first one. And then number 2, yarn over, pull it under, yarn over again, pull it through the first loop, and then yarn over and pull it through both loops. Okay, we're getting there. That's number 2. There's a lot of counting in crochet. You're counting your stitches quite a bit. Okay, so number 3, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over again, pull it first loop, there we go, and then yarn over one more, pull through both. So that's the third. Okay, so you can kind of see that something's forming here. It's starting to look like something. Okay, number 4. Yarn over. Oop. Okay. Yarn over. Pull over the first loop. Yarn over again. And pull through both. That's 4. Okay, time for 5. Yarn over. Yarn over again. And yarn over one more time. Having a little bit of trouble here. If you find that your loop is too small, you can kind of pull out a little bit for your hook to make it bigger, because it's still attached to this part of the yarn. So you can pull out a little bit and make that bigger. Okay, there we go. So that was 5. And then what we're going to do is that instead of just doing the 6th one like we usually do, this is where the loose stitch at the beginning comes in handy. We are going to take the end of the yarn and pull it so that it brings the magic circle together. Okay, and it's not quite complete yet because we need the 6th stitch. That's important. And so what I'm going to do for this 6th stitch, you see this part right here, this little loop right there before the first stitch. This is what the stitches look like, by the way. It's kind of these loops. What we're going to do is we're going to insert our hook. This is a little bit tricky. This is why the looseness of the first stitch is important. We're going to pull the hook through this first little loop here. And you might need to get both hands involved. I might have done my first stitch a little bit too tight. Give me a sec. Okay, it's coming. And there we go. Okay. And then you're going to do exactly what you did before. So yarn over through the first, and yarn over and through both. Okay, and so you've got your 6 stitches in your magic circle. And that is the first video. Excited to move forward. I'll see you guys later.